Language can be a stepping stone that can help you get great influence in any position. As seen here, these figures, they even though they may lack in some languages, some of them may not know English or any other languages, but in their position they have great influence and power, meaning that they can achieve anything. In today's society, language is taken for granted, as many young students do not know that language can help them succeed in their future.
I think languages influence a lot. I don't know about necessarily power, but I do think it gives people a sense of being able to communicate, and with communication between administration, peers, and others, I guess it does give them a sense of abilities, powers to voice their opinions.
As mentioned by Mr. Lozano, language is key in communication. Without language, there's no way you get your idea across. In school, this is vital because if one child is not able to communicate with his peers, he will be isolated, and therefore he will not be able to communicate.
You can connect with people. Knowing a language is to also know something about a culture, and so you kind of understand where people are coming from. I wish I had some good examples, but it gives you power, and it also gives you the power to challenge stereotypes, because people who don't know much about another culture or another language they jump into these stereotypes real quick and say, oh, Mexicans are X, right, or something like that. But if you're bilingual, bicultural, you say, wait a minute, I know Jose, I know Neftali, that doesn't apply to them, you know what I'm saying? So you start to be a challenger of stereotypes because you just know that stuff's not true, and makes you powerful that way, because we need more people standing in the gaps and saying, that's a stereotype, dude, that's not true. That's like fighting the negative, but on the positive side, you can help people that I've tried to help people with their papers and stuff like that. Because why is it powerful? Because ultimately, in the end, what's going to make your life meaningful is to be able to give. To taking in your life and being left with a whole bunch of things is not going to be that big of a deal. But if you're a giver and you're giving other people stuff in their life and it's meaningful, you're going to be happy. And that's power. And so the more skill you have being able to help other people with language issues and stuff, because you know what it felt like to not know, it's powerful because you make your life super meaningful and happy. So I see so many teenagers who speak both languages. They walk around and they feel like they got no skills, no talents, or something like that. I'm like, dude, you are a bridge. You're a walking bridge, and use your gifts. Use those things that you guys have, because the world needs bridges, man. There's a lot of misunderstanding out there. So it's not just that you can fight the bad, it's you can actually do some good in this world with language. It's a powerful thing.
Wow. Thank you, Mr. Seeker. That's all we have.
All right, thanks.
Ms. Seeker makes a great point that languages bridge people together, and knowing and understanding more than one language can help someone bring others together and be part of society and not feel left out or isolated.
What's your opinion on that?
Obviously, that's incorrect. So it's actually probably the people who are speaking to them who are not aware that they could be a Nobel Prize winner, but they only speak Spanish. But probably Nobel Prize winners don't only speak one language. Mm-hmm. But yeah, when you are only knowing one language, you are limiting yourself. But if you only know Spanish, you may be very, very intelligent in the Spanish. So it's that means of finding a way to communicate with people. So language is power, and the more languages you have, the more power you have.
All right, that's it.
As mentioned by Ms. Kierkegaard, not knowing or not being fluent in one language can make you powerless, but it is only in that one situation, and you can have huge influence in another. Therefore, it is proven that language can affect the amount of influence you have in a certain situation, and it is key in today's society.